Here's what I'm thinking. If I'm just going to spit out what I think might work or how I would want it to work if I was going to be involved in it. So the only reason I would want to be a part of what you're doing and call it Earthkind is if you're doing something for me that makes it worth it, or I could just do anything I want on my own, right? So if you had a 501c3, it would be worth it for me to have a 501c3 that I could use to do educational programs or get grants or whatever. So that would be a valuable thing to have a connection to. Having a nonprofit that has a collection of information on regenerative agriculture and regenerative systems design, regenerative organizational structures, stuff like that, that would be providing that information for free to anyone who wants to use it for either nonprofit or for-profit uses. That would be useful. A suppository of information that maybe I could add to or take from, or both. Now, as far as a for-profit cooperative structure, I think how I would want to do it, if I was going to be involved, would actually be to incorporate my own local cooperative using Earthkind's nonprofit as a kind of backer, as a supportive tool, and also maybe to help me find like grants to help me get going, or marketing or something like that. But I would want to incorporate my own cooperative here in Oklahoma that would just be for people who are actually going to be, receiving benefit directly from my operation. And then I would set up an operation where I was, doing what you're talking about doing. I'd probably want to rent a space. I'm looking at the house next door to the Earth Natural Foods where I currently have a community garden. It's empty. They're remodeling it right now. If I could talk them into renting it to me, then I could start growing mushrooms and microgreens in that house and also making Korean natural farming inputs. I could have a room in that house for teaching classes. I could have an office in that house for doing consulting. I could make that my base of operations. Plus there's the community garden out back with space to also do outdoor classes and stuff. So, I would want to set that up and start growing. And the way I would do it is as a consumer and producer co-op where people would pay in a membership fee to join. That might be like $50. You'd have to pay that in cash. But after that, there would be a monthly membership fee that people could work trade for. And so that might be like $100 to $150 a month, maybe as much as $200 a month. We'll say between $100 and $200 a month. And that would entitle them to a share of whatever it is I'm producing. I would not promise this much microgreens and this much mushrooms. I would say, I'm going to grow what I'm going to grow, and you're going to get one 20th of it. You're going to get like a share of whatever we're growing. I'm going to give you some of it, or as much as one person could eat, because it's for one person. So it's a one person's worth of food. So I'm going to give you as much mushrooms, microgreens, and produce as I have for one person each week. And you have to come pick it up. I'm not going to bring it to you. And you can come pick it up anytime. I'm going to put it in a bag with your name on it and stick it in a fridge. And you can come get it, right? Or it could be at the Earth next door. And I could just have them, give them a fee for holding it there and distributing it. They could also distribute any excess, sell any excess that I have. And so, having a natural grocery store right next door would be very useful because any excess I have could be sold through them. And they could be, open all the time for people to come and get it, even if I'm not there at the other house. And then I would also allow those members to attend classes. So there would be like members only kind of workshops or classes that they could come, and I would be teaching them how to do these things. And that would be, I'm not sure exactly how I would do it, maybe as a series, and in order to do work trade, maybe you have to complete the series so that you actually know what you're doing and you aren't just going to screw up what I'm doing, because like teaching and managing work traders is a lot of work. It's like, I wouldn't want to pay them very much because it's often more work to organize work traders than to just do it yourself. So, you know, I'd probably only give them like $7.50 an hour to do, you know, the work trade just to work off their fees. So if it was, let's say, I did the math on this earlier today. If it was $100 and they were making $7.50 an hour, hold on, 750. Wait, no. Yeah, 750 times. I was thinking like 2 full days a month. 100. So if the membership fees were $120 a month, then they would have to work for 16 hours a month to work that off at 750 an hour. So that would be 2 full days, 2 8-hour days, or 4 hours a week. And I feel like 4 hours a week is a reasonable amount to be getting like a decent amount of food, you know?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Because
and so
microgreens are pricey.
yeah,
And mushrooms are pricey, and they're so healthy. You know,
mm-hmm.
I think that's very fair, and it
Yeah.
gives an extra help, extra hand is so much to the farmer. You know, the farmer, the
Mm-hmm.
homesteader. This even this on a small scale, like every little bit of help is such a blessing to have. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even just to talk and share with someone, because the work is great, but it does get mundane
Yeah, I would want
sometimes, you
help.
know.
I would want
Yeah,
somebody
it's
there with me.
always better as a community.
Right, right. It's just I'm saying like there's a big difference between having a helper there kind of shadowing me and helping me out versus like expecting somebody to show up when I'm not there and complete a task correctly.
That's hard.
Two different things.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. So the work traders would be more showing up and shadowing me and helping out for like 4 hours a week. Right. And it'd be probably an all or nothing thing. You don't get half off your fees, maybe half off, either half or full, you know? So, you know, sign up for a 4-hour shift. And, you know, you can either do that twice a month or 4 times a month and get either half off or full off of your membership fees. And so I would offer that, and I would offer a weekly class that would, you know, maybe be like a series where you have to go through the whole thing at once. It might be a series that repeats. So if you miss a class, you can come back and do that same class the next time around. Like if it was like a 6 or 8 week class, you missed class number 3, come back the next time. You'd have to complete all of those classes before you would maybe be eligible to be an actual worker and be able to make more than just your membership fees. So if somebody completed the full course, then they would be trusted to be able to show up when I'm not there to complete tasks, and they would also be eligible to get paid more per hour and actually get paid in cash, you know, to actually work, you know, with the organization, to be an employee.